Hello, today I ran a workshop and the topic of the voice of the genuine came up, and I thought I'd share it with you. What is the voice of the genuine? To me, the voice of the genuine is honesty, it's transparency, it's sometimes feeling like you're in between. You're okay with not trying to get it all perfect. You're okay with where you're at in that moment in a conversation. And I think we step out of the voice of the genuine when we are uncomfortable and we're kind of compensating for that, which may mean speaking too fast, interrupting somebody, speaking over them, tightening our jaw, tightening our body, closing, holding back. We start to feel uncomfortable and we become something that we're not. And you can feel it. You become breathless. You may forget what you're saying. So you're distracted. You freeze or you start to fight. So you start to get louder. Or you may, like I said, speak too fast, not pause, and you're not at ease at this point. Because for some reason you cannot be genuine. You cannot be yourself. You feel you have to be somebody else. You're uncomfortable, intimidated. And so the voice and the body language changes and the non-verbals become suspicious to your listeners, and they may not be able to put words to it, but they feel uncomfortable. And they think that maybe you aren't confident or credible or professional or an expert. So what's important is that we understand that what fuels our voice tone and fuels our presence and the success of our message is going to be the mindset that you have, the way you think about yourself. How comfortable are you with being uncomfortable? How comfortable are you with being vulnerable? That is, not having to know everything, just preparing the best you can, having as much language around what it is that you're going to convey that is understandable and is of benefit and value to your listener. Now, when you don't know your subject enough or you haven't prepared properly, that is, prepared in terms of what it is that your audience, your stakeholder, whoever's listening to you is being put first, so what their needs are. When you don't do that well enough, when you roll up to a meeting or a conversation or a presentation, you can feel uncomfortable, and then you have to compensate by making things up and becoming unnatural and not becoming genuine. So preparation is always done beforehand, and even your nervous system, deep breathing, just an inhalation and holding for a second and then releasing it slowly, closing your eyes, 15 seconds of just really connecting with your body and releasing anything that you feel is a distraction to your inner being, your power. And that is who you are in this moment, not who you're going to be tomorrow or next week or next month. But what you have today needs to be good enough for you right now. And that is all you can offer. And in this space, when you're able to deal with that vulnerability of that, and that you may make an error, because most of us are afraid we're going to make an error. So we kind of feel uncomfortable because of that, or we don't feel good enough, or we don't feel we know enough, or we're not as good as other people. This is very, very common, or I'm going to get it wrong. And when you're not comfortable with potentially something going wrong, you're going to come across as potentially fake or come across as not being credible, confident, in your own skin. Because at this point, the fact is your mind races and it's outside of where you are. You're trying to be somewhere else instead of where you are. You're having thoughts about what you should be instead of what you are. So the voice of the genuine. When we have the voice of the genuine, our voice tone is very, very congruent with our body expression and our facial gestures. The tone matches our words. We're relaxed. We lean into what we say. Unless you've got some voice habits that aren't effective. And that's another topic. However, if you're comfortable, you genuinely will speak with that congruency and that alignment with your body. And when this happens, you are coming across as genuine, trustworthy, and credible. So, how will you know? Well, we ask for feedback. And you decide, is this feedback useful or not? You can video yourself and watch it back and then ask a few people to critique you. Do a video of yourself when you're comfortable. Do a video of yourself when you're not comfortable. And notice the changes in your body, in your tone, and in your eyes and your facial gestures. And so the voice of the genuine to me is the voice of somebody who's offering the best they can and is comfortable with where they're at, and they're willing to just give you that because that's their best. So, just a concept that I think we could utilize and use and ask ourselves every day. Is this genuine? Am I in my best power right now with what I have, or am I trying to be something else? Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to this recording. I hope it has helped you. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.